good relationship with clubs, so I can easily talk to them and communicating with them and what events they have and post it on Facebook or whatever social media you guys want me to use. There's a suggestion box, like Annie said. I would like to improve that because a lot of people write stupid stuff, no offense, in it, and they put stupid suggestions. So I would like to put my phone number on it so you can text me anonymously. Yes, I know there's going to be like a lot of bad stuff that might happen, but I don't mind. It's not that bad. I just want to build a relationship with you guys so you guys can tell me your ideas so I can tell the CSA.
Can you all hear me? No. So thanks for coming out. First of all, my name is Derome. I'm running for communications officer, and I'm a first-year student in pure applied sciences. And I believe that communication between the CSA, the students, the clubs, and the Cavaliers is super important because we are all students, and so we're all bodies made up of the same people, registered students of Champlain. And when I say between the CSA and the clubs, I don't mean only from the CSA to the clubs. I also mean from the clubs to the CSA. I think a problem right now is that a lot of students don't necessarily know who is in the CSA, what they do. They don't really know how to approach the CSA. So I want to use a lot of social media to make it more accessible, like Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. This is our generation. We're all on social media. I also like posters, obviously. That's good. But my goal is to keep students always updated on current events. There's a lot of activities that I think go under the radar, and I want to bring every activity up. I've seen what works in the CSA, and I've also seen what doesn't work. So I'm going to use what works and improve on what doesn't work to make next year the best year possible in terms of knowing what's going on. I want students and clubs and the Cavaliers to be able to approach me and to have the help, my help, and the help of the rest of the CSA to help promote their activities and their events. We have like the greatest clubs here, and some schools don't even have clubs, but the problem, a lot of students don't even know that the clubs exist, and that's, I think, a big problem that I want to change. I want the clubs to have promotional events so that people are like, wow, like we got such a good life here. We have so many tools available to us, but I also want to start a school radio. So that's the end of my speech, so thank you.
I would ask you all the candidates to come up. I have a question. So actually, just to set it out, you talked a lot about social media and ways to reach out to students. There's like different medias that we didn't really mention, so I want your opinion about it. So mostly the newspaper and the radio that Noah just mentioned, which are alternatives, ways of reaching students. And notably the newspaper that did not exist in the last years. So I just wonder, what's your vision about those? What do you plan about it? What do you think about it?
That's cool. Well, the newspaper, that's a thing that I didn't know that existed neither. I discovered like has been a month, and I think it's a great idea for the school. But it's sad that no one knows it, and I want to make it better known. And also one of my plans that I put it on my platform was to prepare a print version of the newspaper, and this would help us to make the transparency, to ensure the transparency between the CSA and the students. You did a very great job with the General Assembly. Round of applause, really. Was amazing. Thank you, Jenny, all the execs. And the radio too is a great idea. Would help the music society. Would ask them their help for that, because I know they are more with the thing and all that. And it would be a great idea to publicize all the activities and all this stuff.
So yeah, the thing with the newspaper, I've actually never seen, or I don't even know where to go get the newspaper, and I think that's like a problem. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know how to get it, and something that's important is that it has to be in our face. We have to see it. The students have to not have to go look for the newspaper. It has to be printed. It has to be given to them. Like, read this. And when I say newspaper, I'm not thinking a full like the Gazette, the 100 pages, more a bulletin that will explain everything, but I want it to be like in your face. Like you see it, you can pick it up anywhere, you can read it. You're going to the caf to get your lunch, pick up a newspaper, read it with your lunch. You know everything that's happening this week, this month in the CSA, and that's, I think, what we need.
I mean, sure, it's a good idea to have paper, but think about the environment a little. So I'm thinking of putting on, telling people to follow them on Facebook, since they have a Facebook page, and I'll shine a light on the newspaper and sublink it on Facebook and print like a few page of it and put it on billboard and encourage them to go on social media, since it's social media era right now. So yeah.
Now I will invite Dean, the member at large.
Hi, my name is Dean and I'm the internal coordinator for my lodge. What it does is that I am responsible to assist all the members, the other execs of the CSA, because there's a lot of work to do and my job is there to help them. And on that note, I would like to invite Anna Lee to present herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Anna and I'm a first year health science student. This year I'll be running for the position of internal coordinator. So most of you guys here might be wondering, what is an internal coordinator? What does it do? Like Dean said, an internal coordinator doesn't have a precise job or function, but it's the person that is involved in every committee and that assists all members of the CSA. A lot of work, I know. Even though I'm just a helper, I am an essential part of the CSA because I'll be the one responsible for the well-functioning of all activities, making sure to organize events that best responds to your interests. After all of this, you guys might be wondering, why does she want to run for internal? Like, aren't you basically the CSA's servant? Well, I really enjoy helping others and working with inspired students that are ready for change. Most importantly, I have the time, the motivation, and also the drive to improve next year's CSA. And that is why I'll make a great candidate for the position of internal coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like now call Camille Duchesne to come forward.
So hi everyone, thanks for coming. I'm Camille Cheng and I'm running for internal coordinator this year. I think I would be suited for the job because I'm a very sociable person and I can work with anybody. And I'm very versatile, and I think this could help improve the CSA's communication with the students to serve the students better, and also within the CSA. You guys should vote for me because I want to improve I want to make bigger parties and more events for the students, for everyone. I want to seek sponsors to have more resources. I also want to improve advertising, to have a better communication so people know about these events and so they want to attend through the radio as well. I basically want to make your experience here at Champlain more than just a passage from high school to university. I want to make your experience here rememberable. So vote Camille because working together is a good alternative. Thank you.
So my question for you guys is, how would you handle stepping out of your comfort zone to not only work for CSA but also to work with various people around the school, bearing in mind the fact that these could be people who you may not know and may not like?
Basically, I don't think for me it would be an issue because like, you're a professional, you know? Okay. I don't think it would be an issue because like we're professionals, and if you don't like the person, you're not gonna say anything about it. You have to work with them. you have to cope with it. And I think I'll do the job. And the second part of the question, if I don't know something, well, stepping out of my comfort zone is what I like, and I'm just gonna learn and go with it, and with the guidance of my president.
Well, I love talking to people, and I'm a very sociable person, and I'm here to represent the students, and I know what the students want, and I want to build a sense of community between the students and the CSA, and even people outside of it. So I don't think it'll be a very big problem for me. Thank you.
I'd like to call Jennifer for the next one.
Unfortunately, our community involvement ambassador couldn't be here, so I'll take her role. So basically for this role, there was one candidate, which is Vinchenzo James. So I would like to invite him, come in front.
Alright, hey guys, my name is Vinchenzo James and I'm running for Community Involvement Officer. As you know, since no person ran against me, I'm automatically acclaimed to the position. I take it as an honor, being the first official member of next year's Champlain Student Association. Alright, seriously guys, I want to take this time to talk about student involvement and my plans to make it more relevant. I chose to be the CIO for one major reason. As I've been going through my first year of college, being a Cavaliers athlete, being a part of a flip team, I've realized the general mentality of students. They walk in, stress about class, walk out, stress even more at home. We just have this constant looming worry about our grades and about our R-score. For 2 to 3 years, our lives revolve around it, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I think I speak for everyone here when I say our lives could be better than that. As a person willing to be a part of the CSA, we have the capabilities to make CJET more than a test score. You can make fonder memories than the ones you make in a dull classroom, and the CSA can be much more than some random office you walk past. For example, my first project as CIO would be some sort of humanitarian field trip. I would gather students to head to a local animal shelter and put in volunteer hours caring for pets and fundraising for the shelter. I want to run this project in hopes to remove the stigma of volunteering needing to be some task and showing that adopting from a shelter is a lot better from buying pets from a store. Now, not only do I have ideas for outside of school, but I also intend on improving the activities and community within Champlain too. As mentioned before, I'm currently a member of FLIP, a leadership program geared to help for the first year students properly integrate themselves within Champlain. They're responsible for things like the Herodian Games, the multicultural fair, which did actually happen this year. And I think that not having FLIP and CSA working together is a waste of potential. And I intend on building a bridge between the two programs during my time here at the CSA. All in all, I'm excited to be a part of the CSA and to work with all of these great candidates. I leave you, fellow students, with the words of Gandhi: the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others.
Actually, I have a question for you. So, why community involvement? How important do you think that community involvement is in the life of the students?
Well, I think I wrapped that up pretty well in my speech, saying that, like, of course, yeah, being a student, you have to worry about assignments, you have to worry about tests, and that doesn't leave a lot of time to leave for yourself. But if you aren't motivated to come to school because of class, why would you want to come to school? What makes you, what drives you to come to school? I'm not saying none of you, you're under no inclination to answer that question, but you know, it's difficult. It's a tough life to live if all you have to do to come to school is just worry and stress and panic. When it comes to community involvement, it gives you something to learn about something in the real life, not something that you have to take notes on. You don't have a test on something that you would learn doing community service, but you still learn pertinent things about your life. And that's why I personally love the idea of community service, and that's why I feel that every student here should do community service. It benefits everybody.
Okay, awesome. So then now that everybody has presented themselves, the Q&A starts. So right before you guys, is anyone have a question for the candidate? Otherwise, okay, awesome. Oh, okay, well, I get just check. Go to the front if you want and just ask a question. Or, yeah.
I could.
Okay.
I just had one question for William Champlain. I remember you said in your speech that you went around asking the clubs what they wanted, how the situation was. What did they answer today? Was it actually going well? Was it problems? What did they want?
Well, I think the clubs were quite responsive to my interview. Many clubs told me the same thing. We want more money, we want a better budget. I'm not saying the current CSA had a bad budget towards the clubs or anything, but I'm just saying I think the budget that is given to the clubs can be better managed or innovated so that they can do more activities and expand their presence throughout the school. Thank you.
Okay, so then, oh, another question. Yeah.
Question to both VP, both people for the VP internal. What is your, whatever, I wasn't there for the VP internal. My question though, which is important, is what is your actual club experience at school? Have you ever stepped in a club? Have you ever done club activities? And why, did you choose a club that you worked in?
I guess I'll start. Well, I was originally an executive for art club in my second semester, and in my first semester, I constantly would come and go from in and out of the club rooms, mainly with Music Society, Tea Club, and Art Club. Right now, I'm Assistant Vice President of Internal Affairs, so I'm constantly coming and going from the clubs. I have a close relationship with a lot of club members and club executives. So my experience with the clubs was rather positive, and there was, quite frankly, a lot of it.
My first semester, I became treasurer of Born This Way. Second semester, vice president of Born This Way. My second year, I became president of Born This Way. So yes, I have been in Born This Way, but I'm also a member of the Feminist Club, of the Art Club, the Tea Club, probably some others that I forget. But I was an exec of only one club, but I'm a member of many clubs. And because I've been an exec for so long, I know all the members of other clubs too. So, I know basically everyone.
I'll be honest, I've had very little experience with the clubs. I think it's not to play against me, but for me, because I know what the clubs want. I've seen them, I've talked to them, but I don't want to have, I don't want to be just part of one thing. I want to be part of the whole thing. So that's why I had no experience with the clubs in the past semester, in the past year. But as the wise word said, it doesn't take chef on a restaurant. And I think I do have the qualities and the qualifications to manage everything. Thank you.
Okay, last one, because they want to know.
I have a question for both parties because during your speeches, mainly all of the things you said were kind of similar. So why you have two parties, and why do some slogans that some of the members of United Champlain have say, let's progress together, while the other party is called Champlain Progress Front? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, whoever wants to answer that question.
Well, I believe that mainly the reason why we have two parties is because this year, how it was organized between me and Zach is because we do have the same ideas and we do have the same end goal. How we want to get there, I hope I'm not speaking for you or anything, how we want to get there is a little bit different. We don't necessarily have the same view and we don't necessarily have the same experience. Most of the members of my party have been in the CSA in the past, and I think that's the main difference between between the two banners, really. And that's pretty much why there's two parties. As for the slogans, it's a complete coincidence. There was no consultation whatsoever.
Awesome. Is there something you want to add?
Yeah, well, actually, there's not much to add. I have so much respect for you, Ariane, honestly. And no, I'm serious. You're amazing. When I heard I was running against you, I was honestly very disappointed. Because I want to be elected, but I would have preferred to work with you, rather than have to sort of work against you like I am now. Yeah, and as for what she said about the slogans, well, as she said, it's a coincidence, but also, I mean, progress is it's sort of like a key word. I mean, no one person could say, oh, that's our word. Let's keep it for us. I mean, it's really a good word.
It's a universal.
Exactly, it's a universal thing that everyone should be able to use. Thank you.